It's time for Ocean State Credit Union's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Eric George and Associates.
From Conley Stadium in Providence, it's Friday Night Rivals, Ocean State Credit Union Friday Night Rivals, presented by Eric George, DMD and Associates. Hi everyone, Frank Carpano joined by Kyle Rowley here tonight for a Division II matchup between two teams that I think it's safe to say are probably the hungriest high school football teams in the Rhode Island Interscholastic League. Mount Pleasant, the Kilties, against the Townies of East Providence, and we say they're hungry because both teams 0-2 on the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Two teams that have rosters of committed players. We're working out all summer, but just young teams that are really looking to establish an identity here tonight.
And I know that, with the fact that both teams are looking for a win tonight, sometimes you're trying to find out what the formula is to get a win, and sometimes players have to change positions. And as we get to the players to watch, let's talk about Thomas West and Colin Roach.
Yeah, well, we'll go with Mount Pleasant first. Thomas West, one of the most dynamic players there is out here. Coach Addison thinks he could be the most underrated player in the state. He actually a chip on his shoulder because no preseason accolades, but a guy that's a game breaker.
And for East Providence, Colin Roach is a young man who switched his position coming into this game.
Yeah, a guy that earned a lot of respect from the coach because he's looking for O-lineman. He needs a right guard, and Colin Roach steps up. Has to change his number tonight. Usually wears 34, going to wear number 50 because he said, Coach, I can take it if you need someone.
All right, we're keeping an eye on the way the teams play tonight, and maybe give you an idea of what we're looking at as far as the key plays of the game. What are we looking for first from Mount Pleasant?
Yeah, Mount Pleasant, they have 3 freshmen on the offensive line, so they really just need to settle in. Pass protect would be key for them. I'd say on defense, play assignment football. Don't worry about chasing guys down because the triple option, you just have to play your assignment.
Well, let's talk about that as one of the keys for East Providence. They do run the triple option.
Yeah, and when you run the triple option as opposed to double, you really need to establish that fullback. I think that's one of the key components to their game plan. And then on defense, I would say minimize the big play both in the run and the pass game. They've been kind of not tackling well and not setting the stage up front.
All right, we have two teams that are highly motivated tonight, both 0-2, looking for their first win of this young season, and we will have the kickoff when the Ocean State Credit Union Friday Night Rivals, presented by Eric George, DMD and Associates, continues right after this. And welcome back to Conley Stadium in Providence. Frank Carpano along with Kyle Rowley. Pete Connell, a statistician, alongside as we're ready for tonight's Division II matchup. The toss won by Mount Pleasant. They have elected to receive, so East Providence will be kicking it off left to right on your screen. And kicking it off for the Townies, Justin Jardine sends it flying, and the ball reeled in at the 20-yard line and returned now by the Kilties. Jose Perez around the right side, and he is knocked out of bounds, and we'll get to first see the Mount Pleasant Kilties on offense. Kyle.
Looking forward to see if East Providence get off to a fast start right here. Try to establish something. They were shut out last week, so they really need to try to get some points on the board and get some confidence.
Yeah, both teams are coming off of shutout losses in Week 2 games. For the Mount Pleasant, Woonsockets was the team that beat Mount Pleasant in Week 2, 33-0. So let's see if they can get some points on the board as we're ready to go. 1st and 10, the ball on the Mount Pleasant 32-yard line. Chance to see Jordan Robertson running the Kilty offense. As the handoff on 1st down and going nowhere. And actually a loss of a yard on 1st down. Let's head down to the sideline and the 3rd member of our on-air crew. Ben DeCastro, take it away.
Frank, it's great to see you. Welcome. welcome to the wonderful city of Providence, Rhode Island. We are here tonight. It was bright and sunny today. Big difference from yesterday. Let's talk a little bit about the weather because that's going to have some impact on the game conditions. It's going to be in the upper 60s tonight, but it is humid out here. So we'll keep an eye on that as the game goes on. So, you know, we don't want these players to start cramping up and getting worn down. So we want to thank you so much, everybody, for watching at home. Frank, we'll send it back to you. I'll be down here all night if you need me.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, we worry about that. We've seen a lot of that in weather conditions like that, cramping on players, especially later in the game. All right, second down, 10 yards to go for the Kilties. And on second down, Thomas West Jr. takes the ball and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be third down and 10 now for Mount Pleasant.
Interesting little shift there. They run their quarterback, Jordan Robertson, number 17, out to wide receiver, bring West in to take the straight shotgun snap, and not much of a gain on that play.
Well, Mount Pleasant offensively likes to run 50-50 run and pass. Likely to see a pass in this situation here. As we mentioned at the top of the show, very young squad, 3 freshmen on the offensive line, providing protection now on this important third down play for Mount Pleasant. Back to pass. And now running with the ball, the quarterback dropped after a pickup of 4 yards on the play, so it'll be fourth down coming up here for Mount Pleasant. Jordan Robertson took a look downfield, but opted instead to tuck it away and ran a few yards. But again, fourth down and about 5 now for the Kilties.
Yeah, it looked like the only chance he had there was 20. Manny Arku streaking across the middle. Would have had to feather the ball over some backers, but chooses to tuck it and run and not able to pick up the 10 yards needed.
All right, back to punt now. Number 2, Jose Perez, the junior, at his own 23-yard line, takes the high snap, gets it away. Little line drive that is reeled in at the 38-yard line and then run back for 5-6 yards, and we'll get to see the Townies on offense for the first time as they are about 3 yards short of midfield. A 9-yard return on that play.
Good punt there by Perez. He's got an interesting story. Coach talked about how he just showed up to practice. They were running wind sprints in the summer, and he just started running with the team, introduced himself to coach. It was not a fun day to show up. A lot of guys puked after that run, and he just jumped in and said, yeah, I'm your new skill guy.
Jacob Duart running the offense, number 2 for EP in their red pants, white jerseys, red helmets. And little confusion and loose ball. Do we have a fumble? I believe we do. And the signal, the Kilties on the broken play on first down force the fumble and now have the ball back inside of East Providence territory.
Jacob Duarte, just a little bit of trouble on the ride fake there. This is one of the problems with running the triple option. You're going to expose the ball, pulling it out of your fullback's stomach, and then put it in jeopardy when you're on those tosses. So it's very tough to have that ball not touch the ground, at least at some point in the game, but unexpected it would happen on their first snap from center.
So the ball in East Providence territory on the 47-yard line, back to pass on first down, lets it fly and complete. And dropped just as he caught the ball was number 20, Emmanuel Arku. And that moves the chains a little bit. The marker picks up about 4 yards on the play inside the 45 to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, not a bad throw. Good timing by Robertson there. Arku made a great play to bring that thing down. Puts him in a good manageable second and about 6.
On the shotgun, fakes the handoff, gonna run it. The quarterback manages to get back to the line of scrimmage, Jordan Robertson, and it's gonna be third down, and we have our first flag of the game as it goes flying after the play was completed. And a penalty against Mount Pleasant. Holding penalty.
If you refuse to be a third down.
Yeah, it looked like Robertson got a little bit antsy in the pocket there, wanted to step up. Could have let that play develop for another second or so. Oftentimes when you step up in the pocket and get out of that pocket, your offensive lineman won't know exactly where you are, and it exposes whatever holding they're doing on the interiors there.
Our referee tonight is Tim Conway. Umpire is Emerson Kilgore. Scott Carr is the linesman. Line judge is Alan Siconio. Back judge Scott O'Rourke. And on the clock tonight is Lisa Calisi. All right, so second down and long. The ball back now in Mount Pleasant territory, spotted on the 45-yard line. And we have movement along the line. Another flag flies. And this penalty goes against the Townies.
Yeah, smart play by Robertson. He gets back 5 yards there, backed up second and a mile, and earns 5 yards back for his offense. Real heady play by the young sophomore, a kid. This is his first tackle experience. Played a good amount of flag football, but a heady play by the young, inexperienced quarterback.
Robertson dropping back, looking to pass, steps up into the pocket, and then dragged down by number 54, Isaiah Brown.
Yeah, he's tending to want to step up in the pocket. We'll see it right here. He's sort of crouched a little bit early to run, although the pocket is breaking down. A big guy, a guy that Coach jokes could play offensive tackle if he ever needed him in a pinch. So it's not an easy quarterback to bring down from those front four of East Providence.
Third down now, the ball on the Mount Pleasant 48-yard line. Let's see what they cook up here. As we mentioned earlier, both teams shut out in their games last week. Both teams 0-2. I think scoring some points here, both teams would love to do that early to gain some confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the Kilties getting a second chance opportunity here with East Providence putting the ball right on the surface for them.
All right, there's a timeout for Mount Pleasant here as they're going to talk this one over. All right, 6:49 to go here in the first quarter. No score, Mount Pleasant and East Providence. We're back with more after this. And welcome back to Friday Night Rivals. Big third down play here. Third down and long for the Mount Pleasant Kilties here at Conley Stadium in Providence against East Providence High School. Robertson back to pass, looking to throw it, and that will fall incomplete, bringing about fourth down.
Mount Pleasant and Coach Addison, they'd like to play this spread set. You know, Coach talked about he's going to try to keep things simple, but comes out in trips formation there to the front side, and they've got a comeback route to the top of your screen, just a little bit off on the timing. Looked like quarterback Robertson threw a 10-yard stop, and his receiver ran a 15-yard stop.
All right, so Jose Perez back in there to punt for the second time this evening. And he will take the snap at the 34-yard line. Bad snap, but reels it in, gets it away, end over end, takes a nice Mount Pleasant bounce inside the 20, and that'll be down at the 15-yard line, and that's where the Townies will take over. Just one offensive play so far for the Townies. The last time they came out, they fumbled the ball on first down. That wound up being a 50-yard punt, certainly helped a lot by a good bounce.
Yeah, that's why it's great to have an athlete back there. Jose Perez, you know, plays some tight end. He'll be their punter, but he's a crafty guy. Coach talked about how he's just been a godsend, a tough kid, but to turn what could have been a disaster into a 50-yard punt and pinning them back at their own inside the 20 is a great play.
All right, here's Jacob Duar leading his team to the line of scrimmage now. 1st and 10 on the EP 15-yard line. Duarte, handoff now on first down and picking up some good yardage, and another loose ball. And Mount Pleasant saying they have it again. Looking for the official signal, and they are signaling it is
unbelievable
Mount Pleasant football. So East Providence having some trouble holding on to the football here. 2 plays and 2 turnovers for the Townies.
Great job tackling there. That's Isaac Fox. He's caught from behind, and a little bit of a rip move by the tackler, and that's 2 plays and 2 fumbles, 2 turnovers for East Providence. Just exactly a nightmare situation, exactly how you don't want to start a game.
All right, let's see how the Kilties do here on the East Providence 27-yard line. 1st and 10. Quick pass out to the flats. That's complete to Perez. Perez looking for room and manages to get down to the 21-yard line. So he was 1 arm away from breaking away for a touchdown, but we have a flag down.
Where's the hole right here? All right, so we're going for the previous spot. We're going to
Looks like this one will go against Mount Pleasant, which has been a problem for them. Another holding call.
10 yards to the previous spot.
We talk about the inexperience on that Mount Pleasant offensive line, and that's one of the byproducts of inexperience is that you get called for holding penalties like that.
Yeah, absolutely. The only blessing for East Providence is that the Kilties haven't been able to take advantage of all their turnovers, and the reason why, like you said, these penalties.
All right, first down again now on the 38-yard line. Handoff goes to Gatto Palmer, and Palmer gets down inside the 35-yard line to about the 34. First time we've said his name, the senior, primary running back here for the Kilties. Picks up 3 yards on that play.
Yeah, nice job by the interiors there from Mount Pleasant. And Coach Addison talked about just keeping it simple, trying to dial up some simple plays. At the same time, you know, you have to keep that defense off balance. So they were going to have to find a balance of how to do that.
All right, now a little delay by the quarterback. And he is brought down for a loss.
Looks like him and his running back are just not on the same page out there. He put the play fake out. His running back went to block. I assume he wanted to give it because if he were going to pull that, he'd stand up and throw a slant or a hitch to the top of your screen, but looked like just some confusion. And they're really going to have to try to put something together. You don't want to be gifted 2 fumbles in their own territory and not come out with any points from both those. That can be just as frustrating.
All right, 3rd down and long. The throw, and that one falls short, incomplete. The intended receiver there was Thomas West Jr. So 4th down here.
You could see how Robertson's, he's a little bit off, not on the same page with these receivers. At the same time, he's got problems up front. When you play all flag football, the one thing you got to get used to is the rush and the timing and being able to keep your eyes downfield with people trying to hit you or crowding you.
Well, looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Jordan Robertson still in, looking over to the sideline for the play call from Jay Addison, the 4th-year head coach of these Kilties. Looking to pass out to the flats, and that one is complete to West. West looking for room. Still going, and finally dragged down well short of a 1st down. So East Providence will take over on downs now and try and work out some of their problems holding on to the football.
No, on the positive note, right there, you know, getting it out to West, all-division player. See it here, just get it out to him in some space, give it to your athlete, let him make some moves, and I think that going forward could be something that they want to mix in a little bit more here. That may be able to get them some 1st downs.
All right, speaking of 1st down and 10 now for the Townies, the ball on their own 30-yard line.
Man, East Providence really got to put something together here. Just get a snap and hand it off and don't fumble. Would be a success for them right now.
Let's get a clean play. One clean play, and then we'll go from there. On 1st down, quarterback keeper Duarte. Duarte holds on to the football and falls ahead to the 33-yard line. Pickup of 2 yards on the play.
That is success for East Providence right now. He pulled the ball out of his fullback's stomach, got upfield, got 2 to 3 yards. That's what they want to do in this triple option. Just get 3 or 4 yards, and that should equal a manageable third down situation. And, 4 times 3 is 12. You only need 10. That's
Wow.
That's the philosophy there.
Nice.
Because they're not gonna be a game-breaking offense with the triple option. It's very old school. They're gonna kill you with just 3 options and no long runs.
Lucas Santa Cruz, and looks like he picks up enough yardage for a first down, an alpine ski and snowboard first down.
Santa Cruz, their change-up at running back. He's a great blocker, says Coach. Hits the holes, able to bounce outside. He's a guy that'll go back and forth with Isaac Fox as a sort of change-up in that backfield. He'll also be one of the pitchmen. If they can get to that third part of the triple option, you'll see him catch some of those end-over-end pitches and try to get to the outside.
Nice 11-yard run, produces our first down of the game. Ball on the 42-yard line, and now Duarte with the pitch, looking for room and barreling his way back to the line of scrimmage. On that play is number 5, Isaac Fox.
Yeah, well, Testimony Thompson, the left side cornerback, comes unblocked. Nobody's even in the vicinity, so just possibly a missed assignment there. Oftentimes you run the triple, you're leaving guys unblocked, but that was just a sweep, so we've got to get that front side corner blocked on that.
2nd down and 10 now for the Kilties. Duarte under center, drops back, looking to pass, lets it fly, and there is a penalty and pass interference, as that ball was intended for Elijah Bento, and he had a defender with him, and it looked like both players pulled each other down. So let's see which way this penalty flag goes. Is it offensive pass interference, offensive interference?
Defensive pass interference.
Defensive pass interference.
Defense,
Okay.
15-yard penalty. Result.
That's a big one.
First down.
Take a look again. Duarte lets it fly downfield, and number 15, Elijah Bento, was the intended receiver.
Yeah, Manny Arcu for Mount Pleasant just kind of played the angle on that wrong. I think he thought that ball was going to come in, sort of a hole shot, ripped to the sideline, but he put a lot of air under it.
All right, another first down now in Kilties territory, looking to throw. Duarte trying to get away from the traffic, rolling, still trying to break away, and then finally brought down at the 45-yard line for a loss of 2 on the play.
Jacob Duarte there fighting for his life, impressively breaking a number of tackles. He's a big, solid, strong kid, spent a lot of time in the weight room. He's got streaking routes downfield, nothing underneath really to drop it off to, but this is impressive. At the same time, a young quarterback, you got to kind of learn when enough is enough, protect that ball, get down. None of your teammates want to see you injured.
Spoken like a quarterback, right?
I never got down, so I can't really say. I don't know how I was able to say that.
All right, 2nd down and 12, and the handoff. The ball run down to the Mount Pleasant 40-yard line by Isaac Fox. Pick
Nice.
up 4 yards on that play.
Yeah, Isaac Fox, a guy with speed, a guy they're going to try to get that ball into his hands in all different ways. He's the slot, run a lot of the counters for them. He'll be the pitch man. They'll give it to him off tackle, as you can see there. And he's a shifty guy and tough player.
3rd down and 8 now for the Townies. Under center, Jacob Duarte. Duarte rolling out to his left, looking, throwing, and incomplete. He just slings that ball, doesn't he?
He's got that sidearm slot. It's tough when you're rolling to your left. Tries to get Tyler DeCecco there on the crossing route. I'd say that ball is just a little bit behind, but Duarte's showing a lot of athleticism as far as how he moves and evades guys and gets around the bend on those bootlegs.
4th down coming up now for the Townies. And it looks like they want to run another play here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the spot on the field where it's a little bit too long for a field goal, but you don't pay too much if you don't get it here. Give the Kilties the ball in a safer spot.
Need 8 yards for a first down, and the sling and underthrown there. That ball intended for Elijah Bento. So the Kilties will take over on downs.
Yeah, Duarte just doing too much right there. You know, wasn't the best pass pro, but when you've got a hook curl, a curl flat type of situation, just got to sit firm in that pocket, step into your throw. He's got room to step in. He's flying off to the left and fading away with that sidearm throw, and that's a throw he can make.
All right, so as we enter the final 37 seconds of the first quarter, the Kilties come back out. Sophomore Jordan Robertson calling signals from his own 40-yard line. Handoff on first down. Nice move inside up to the 45, and then drop there for a pickup of 5 yards on the play.
Thomas West proven to be a shifty runner. Like we said at the beginning of the broadcast, Coach thinks he could be the most overlooked player in the state of Rhode Island. A guy that's a game breaker, a guy that can get to the outside, can break off long chunk runs, and we see right there, he should have been hit at the line of scrimmage, but he's able to pick up 5.
All right, second down, final seconds of the first quarter, and the handoff. And stacked up at the line of scrimmage, and then loose ball. Officials going in to see who has it. East Providence says they have it, and no, they're signaling that it is Mount Pleasant football at the end of the first quarter here. So our score is 0-0 as the Ocean State Credit Union Friday Night Rivals, presented by Eric George DMD and Associates, continues right after this. Welcome back to Conley Stadium in Providence. Frank Carpano along with Kyle Rowley. 0-0 after one quarter. The host team, Mount Pleasant, against East Providence. Total yards in the first quarter, 21 for Mount Pleasant and 16 for East Providence. And a completed pass along the near sideline here. And that's a first down.
Jose Perez there with a corner route. Robertson does a great job just play faking, getting it out on time, throwing to a spot. Jose Perez goes up, gets the ball, new member of this team, and really making his mark in this game. He saved them from a big problem on the punt, got that thing 50 yards down, and makes a great catch. Great route right there.
So the Kilties into East Providence territory on first down, looking to throw, and that ball complete at the line of scrimmage, the 40-yard line. But nice defensive coverage on that play after the completed pass to Thomas West.
This is what Coach Addison talked about, just running some quick game, one step, throw it out on a quick out, try to get 3 or 4 yards, although you know, only probably a 1-yard gain right there. You want to see him kind of round out the route around 3 or 4, catch it, get upfield for 1, and set up a 2nd and 5. They've got 2nd and 9 right now.
Jamal Jackson on the receiving end of that last pass. And on second down, the ball out of the reach of the intended receiver and incomplete.
Yeah, I still like the timing from Robertson. A little bit of a cover 2 zone East Providence is running there. So it just depends on how they're teaching this. Is he supposed to settle down in the hole, or is he supposed to run through? And different offenses will do it different ways. So you can't really tell from the booth, you know, who's at fault there, but they do have to get on the same page. What I love is that Robertson is throwing on time. But we do have a big 3rd and 9 here.
All right, Robertson, who can throw it and has shown that he can. He's got to hit the target here, though, on 3rd down and 9. Back to pass, lets it go long, and that is incomplete. Had his receiver, but just couldn't reel it in on that far sideline down there. That one intended for Thomas West.
Yeah, number 4, Thomas West there. You know, he had him wide open. He beat him right from the jump, and Robertson put a ball up and in the air. Really should have just shot it through the hole there on the sideline. He's open this whole time. Really just want to stick it on him on the sideline. No need to push him out of bounds in that type of way. The one they wish they had back, but they're still in 4-down territory, so they'll go for it here.
And we have a flag. Maybe a legal motion.
False start.
Legal procedure called against the Kilties, and that'll back it up 4 yards. And make it that much more difficult to get a first down here. Be 4th down and 14.
Kilties trying to change formations. It looked like maybe they were setting up for a quick kick, a quick punt by the quarterback. But now they're in a 4th and 14, like you said. You don't often see the illegal procedure without the snap of the ball, because they allow the offense to get set there.
All right, 10:29 to go here in the first half. Still no score. East Providence, Mount Pleasant. More Friday Night Rivals after this. All right, welcome back to Conley Stadium in Providence. Big 4th down play here for the home team, the Mount Pleasant Kilties. Robertson dropping back, and the rush is on, and they have him. And they drop him for a loss, so it'll be East Providence taking over on downs.
Yeah, and the Kilties are lucky to even, you know, not fumble and see East Providence running down the sideline right now for a touchdown, because Robertson really putting the ball in jeopardy right here with 3 guys swarming him.
Wow.
Unbelievable job not fumbling, but he just needs to kind of learn when to tuck that thing away, when the play is over, and how to not give up a big play. They get lucky there.
Well, the defense shining here for East Providence in this game so far, but still no score. 10:22 to go in the first half. So EP on offense. Jacob Duarts under center. And he's going to hold on to it down inside the 40 and dropped at the 37-yard line. And he hustles over to the sideline to get the play called in after a pickup of 8 yards. Head coach John Stringfellow consulting with his quarterback.
He had Trey Abdullah, number 6, trailing him from behind, you know, all the way through the backfield. And lucky to keep that ball. I thought they were setting up for another Townie fumble. That would have been the 3rd, but able to keep that ball. Every time he puts that ball in the fullback's stomach, he's able to give that or keep it.
2nd down and 2. And the handoff up the middle and good for a first down and still going down to the 30-yard line and finally dropped. Nice play call there by the Townies, as it was Ethan Vasquez, number 4, carrying that football.
Good read right there to give it to Vasquez. What he's looking for on the triple is the left side tackle on defense. If he comes down, he'll pull it and keep it himself. But if that tackle respects the quarterback, he'll give it inside to his fullback and have him sneak upfield past that tackle.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. EP driving here. Man in motion is Isaac Fox, and there's a handoff around the left side and down inside. It's Shadane Lovett into the end zone, touchdown. A prime heating and cooling touchdown as EP puts some points on the board.
EP doing a great job running triple option, left, right, and then they sneak Lovett around the back end on a reverse, and the Kilties just over pursuing there. We talked about keys of the game, and that was just play your assignment. Do not pursue the ball. The ball can go anywhere in this offense, and you see it, a reverse there for a touchdown.
Well, we have a player down on the field, injured. Finally getting up is number 50, Colin Roach. Talked about him at the beginning of the game and how he had switched positions to help out here. And
absolutely a primarily defensive player, play some linebacker for them, volunteered to play some offensive tackle, and he's paying the price right now. It's all business inside there.
Hey, let's get it, Ron.
All right, so a kick or a 2-point conversion. The quarterback's coming in, Jacob Duarte.
To me, this is setting up as an offensive play.
Well, the coach is confident in his kicker, but we're going to go for 2 here.
The triple options work, and I expect them to go right to it.
Back to pass, Duarte, and in the end zone, he's got a reception and 2 points as the young
Love
man
it again there, yeah.
Love it. Transfer from Central Falls, was quarterback, starting quarterback on that team. As we're going to take another look at that touchdown.
There we go, just a little bit of, well, they were going to see the touchdown here. The reverse, they come out, move to the right, set Lovett up to the left, and really there was just too much pursuit there by the Kilties, by Mount Pleasant. And like I said, we talked about it so much. When you play a team like this that has so many different ways they can attack you on any singular play, you really can't pursue. You got to keep your head up, stay backside if you're that defensive end, and just play the reverse. Same thing on the front side. You can't come down for the quarterback because he's got the option to pitch it as well.
Nice play for the Townies. First time in 2 weeks that they've scored a point. They were shut out last week, so certainly a lot of confidence in that play that produces 6 points and then another 2 on the 2-point conversion. So now 8-0, East Providence leading Mount Pleasant. And ready to kick it off, Justin Jardine. A original chimney sweep kickoff. That ball floating and reeled in at the 15-yard line. Looking for some room is Jose Perez, and he was able to bring it back out to about the 24-yard line. Take another look at that 2-point conversion, the pass in the end zone.
Yeah, just a little play fake. He's got a guy in the flats and a guy running the corner route there, right there, and does a great job reading it, throws it on time, and that's why we have 8-0 right here. And the same guy running for the touchdown is catching the extra point.
So a 30-yard touchdown run, putting East Providence on the boards. 2-point conversion, 8-0 here in the second quarter.
You know, Lovett's a guy that Coach talked about on the phone. He said, you know, there's one more guy you need to look at. He played quarterback at Central Falls, and he just moved over here, and he will be involved.
First down and 10, the handoff on first down and up over the 30 and down to the 33-yard line. That was Gatto Palmer.
And just downfield running, good job. Kind of gave up his body there, Palmer did at the end. Sets up a second 2 or 3 yards. can see the Townie defense. They're in this 4 DB set. They can roll to really any coverage from that. They can play cover 2, cover 4, or roll to a 3. They pride themselves on game planning specific opponents, and they're in that cover 2 look right here.
2nd and 2, back to pass. Robertson lets it go into traffic and incomplete. A couple of white jerseys there looking to intercept that ball, and almost doing that was Elijah Bento, number 15.
Yeah, Elijah Bento does a great job right there, high pointing the ball, just the way they teach a DB to do it. You got to go get that ball because it's not intended for you. Can't let it come down. See him here, a little bit of play fake. Good job by Robertson moving around the pocket, able to even get that thing out there. But there's no one open on that side of the field. That cover 2 closes up early, so if you're going to throw the go route, you have to throw it between the safety and the corner off a 3-step drop.
All right, 3rd down play now for Mount Pleasant, and the flags are flying, and this one looks like it'll go against
penalty.
Mount Pleasant. So they will back this one up.
Okay.
All right, let's hear about another one of our sponsors, Cardi's Furniture and Mattress.
Ocean State Credit Union's Friday night rivals. Local high school football every Friday night. Closed captioning sponsored by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses, the brand you trust since 1928. Offering Nairobi's same-day mattress and upholstery eye delivery 7 days a week.
Appreciate their sponsorship. And now on 3rd down, dropping for a loss is Jordan Robertson. And that'll bring up 4th down here for the Kilties.
Another play fake for Mount Pleasant. Looked like he was trying to throw a slant or a hitch to the bottom of your screen, but no time there at all. And, you know, Coach talked about this young offensive line. I feel like Robertson has had time, and then he hasn't. So there's been a varied amount of success up front, which can be tough to get in a rhythm.
4th down and 11. Perez kicks it away. This one high end over end, will bounce at the 44-yard line, and again takes another Mount Pleasant roll, and that one rolls over midfield, and let's see, they down it at the East Providence 48-yard line. So 7:05 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, another fortuitous bounce, and Perez making his presence felt out here. It's interesting to have a guy that, you know, wasn't with your program. You don't know where he came from. You're running wind sprints as a team, and he just walks out of the woods and starts running with you guys. And now he's everywhere on this field. He's the punter. He does some return stuff. He'll be he's heavily involved in the backfield on offense. Well, let's see what the Townies can do right here. They've got 3 in the backfield, 1 wide receiver split left. Now they'll move 5 to the slot.
1st down and 10 now. Jacob Duart's looking to pass, eludes the rush, tucks it in, and he will pick up a few yards. Invite you to stay tuned for the NBC 10 halftime report. We'll have this week's Patriot Roofing Scholar athletes. We'll hear from a Mount Pleasant administrator, tell us all about that school, plus first half and national highlights, much more coming up at halftime here from Conley Stadium.
Nice job by Jacob Duarte there. I like the way he's moving around. Would like to see him keep his eyes downfield a little bit more. Probably could have dropped it off for a 6-yard gain. Instead he picks up 2 or 3 himself.
Up over midfield, down to the 45, still battling the way to the 42-yard line, and still a big scrum. And the runner finally brought down. Just perfect example. You got that ball, you just keep those legs going. That was Shadeen Lovett for 11 yards.
Well, that's his job, and Lovett obviously making his presence felt out here. He's got the touchdown, he's got the extra point, he's got every point in this game on the scoreboard, and that a very impressive run. As you said, it just kept his legs churning the whole time.
Ball now on the Kilties 39-yard line. First down and 10 for the Townies. They're driving downfield again, leading 8-0. And there is the handoff and another big pickup for Lovett on that play.
I think that was Vasquez.
Vasquez.
Yeah, Vasquez, number 4. These numbers are tough to read at times. Vasquez will be that dive back. He's a first-year starter for them, although a guy that's been waiting in the wings, and you can see him right here just, man, he's got a low center of gravity. He's got those big thighs, really just kind of keeps high-stepping through there. That's really what you want out of that position. You don't want a lot of cutting. You want someone that's just diving in there, getting you those 4, 5, 6 yards at a time.
First down and 10.
Boom.
Again, right up the middle, and pickup of about 4 yards. Vasquez once again carrying that one.
Yeah, before you know it, he's got 5 yards before you can blink. And the reason that's so effective is, like we talked about, the quarterback is reading that D tackle. If he hesitates at all, he's giving it to that fullback, and you lose because you're going to either miss the tackle completely or go for a ride with him for 4 yards. You can't tackle guys like this from the side. You really have to be in front of them.
Second down play now, the ball on the 25-yard line. Duarte, handoff again up the middle. Some good running here by the Townies. Picks up another first down. Jordan Highstand, sophomore, carrying that ball. First time we've called his name tonight.
Yep, they give Vasquez a little break there. Highstand goes in. Pretty impressive drive for East Providence so far. Sustained drive, chunk yard, or I should say 4 or 5 yards a clip right now, and it doesn't look like anything's going to stop them if he keeps executing.
All right, handoff, and look at this, down inside the 5-yard line, and finally brought down. It's like Justin Jardine that time, number 6 or number 8? Number 8, it's Highstand.
Yeah, they're going to mix Highstand in that fullback spot, and he's doing a good job. And you can see, they're wearing down this Kilty defense. It's tough to get in front of those fullbacks, especially, like I said, when you're coming from the side, when the quarterback's reading it. Every time you are in position, he pulls it himself and takes it around the end. That can be very frustrating.
All right, now deep in Euclid Financial Services red zone, the Townies, and it looks like Duarte is going to do a keeper, and that is into the end zone. Let's see. It is a touchdown, another touchdown for the Townies.
I don't think there was any question there. Oftentimes, especially in an option-style offense, the quarterback will have the option to sneak it. Sometimes he's got a signal with his center, and love the way that Duarte gets low there and drives ahead for 3 yards and across the goal line.
So another prime heating and cooling touchdown. The Townies putting 6 more on the board, now lead at 14-0 with 3:21 to go here in the first half. And looks like they're going to go for 2 again. Duarte keeps it himself and into the end zone. So does it all himself there, picking up 8 points.
Doesn't leave any doubt about it. Making great reads on that drive, giving to the fullback, pulling for himself. Really impressive, and that's what makes the triple so tough to guard. It's tough to run, but once you get it, it's even tougher to guard.
Let's take another look at that touchdown, Kyle.
Yeah, you'll see him here, just getting low. They've got no nose guard, so same way he's giving that fullback, it's going to be tough to tackle him from the side there, especially with that head of steam. His center does a great job there keeping his legs going, because oftentimes on those quarterback sneaks, you'll stop your legs and just hope for a yard, but he recognized that they had no one in front. He just kept drive blocking for his quarterback.
All right, just a reminder that coming up later in the game during the fourth quarter, we'll be selecting the South Shore Village Player of the Game. So as you watch along with us, think of who you would pick, because Kyle is wrestling with that as we speak.
I got a couple names. One of them's Lovett. The other one's Duarte. It's amazing, though, to start the game off with 2 plays with 2 fumbles, but now you're up 16-0 before halftime. That's a big turnaround, and East Providence has kind of found their rhythm, and that's what Coach Stringfellow talked about. If we can find a rhythm, if we can just do our jobs and start to get ahead of steam, we've got a chance here.
All right, ball flies out of bounds.
Yeah, straight out of bounds there, and we'll see where they spot that. I believe probably tack on a penalty.
Free kick infraction. I take the ball on the 35-yard line. First down and 10
blue. Got penalty on the kick. Going to move the ball up to what looks about the 35-yard line.
Offsides against Townies.
Townies not only kicking it out offside, kicking out of bounds, but they've got some runners offsides.
All right, so the ball spotted on the 35-yard line. See if the Kilties now can get something going. They, too, were shut out in their last game. Both teams coming into this without a win, so motivated to finally get one in the W column here tonight. On first down, the pass downfield and almost intercepted on the play by number 15, Elijah Bento.
Elijah Bento has been holding it down there at the cornerback spot. Every time they've tested him, seems like he's answered the bell. And he'll come off the field here and maybe just knock the wind out of him possibly. I imagine he'll be right back out there on the next play, but great play by him. He seems to have a knack for going up and knocking those balls out of the air at the highest point. Kilties still in that spread set, 4 wideouts, 1 running back in the game.
Second down, nice breakaway move here, and then finally brought down right at midfield. Nice run on that play for another first down, 16-yard pickup.
Gatto Palmer there. Got a lot of guys in his family that have been successful at the high school ranks. Dad played at URI, and nice little run there to pick up a first down for the Kilties. Try to give his team some momentum. 2:49 on the clock, so they've got a chance to at least minimize this lead before halftime here. The spread offense is a good way to do it, as you can move the ball quickly, but the offensive line and those freshmen up front will have to hold up.
All right, first down, looking to throw it, letting it go, and that one reeled in, but was it out of bounds? No, they're moving the chain, so that was caught inbounds along the far sideline by Jose Perez.
Jose Perez making play after play here. That play right there is a college level tiptoeing the sideline, making sure your toes touch before you come down. Shows a lot of body control.
All right, another first down. Ball on the East Providence 32, and now the quarterback trying to escape the rush and took 3 guys to bring him down. Jordan Robertson's a big guy. He's able to pick up a couple of yards. Let's take another look at the big play, the big pass play here that produced a first down and big yardage for the Kilties.
Yeah, nice timing. Perez there on the sideline goes up, makes it look easy. That's something that pros work on day in and day out, because it's not easy at all to make sure you drag those feet, tap them down the sideline. Just the ability to know where you are in space on that play. And pretty good throw there by Robertson.
Pass, and that one is knocked away. Tyler DeCecco got a hand on that one.
Yeah, good awareness by DeCecco. They're doing this sort of a late screen that they try to get to Thomas West. They ran it earlier in the game with some success for a first down, but their East Providence sniffed it out, and that's heady ball. Big 3rd and 10. Game-changing type of situation here. If you could pick this up, you'll be in field goal range and able to put your first score on the board going into halftime. You're down 16-0.
Back to pass, letting it fly, and again, almost intercepted. That one knocked away. I tell you, he likes to throw into traffic, huh? He had a man open, but
yeah, he's got his guy curling behind their linebackers, and it looked like he was trying to shoot the gap between two backers. I think the throw just drifted left and almost picked off, really.
So 4th down here for the Kilties.
East Providence has their 4 DBs in the game, 3 linebackers. So they're able to play a loose cover 4 where they can be aggressive with those safeties coming up strong, or they can go right to a cover 2 and make you throw big digs and curls.
All right, 1:37 to go here in the first half. 4th down, big play for the Kilties. Trying to keep this drive, their most impressive drive of the night, alive. Robertson over the middle, and that one is incomplete. Boy, he zips that ball, but unfortunately incomplete.
Yeah.
Want to remind you that prior to the end of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the Ocean State Credit Union play of the game. Ocean State Credit Union, where our interest is in you. So EP will take it over with 1:31 to go in the half and leading it by a score of 16-0.
A good ball there by Robertson. I thought a catchable ball to Jose Perez, who we saw make a great play just earlier on that drive, but in and out of his hands. Kind of threw it behind Perez, but I think that was on purpose, and he had to do that based on where the linebackers were positioned. So East Providence takes over. They'll have to come out of this option type scheme if they're going to score with 1:30. Look to see them run some play action off of that option.
And the whistles blow, and we have a flag. Let's see what the call is on this play. Stopping the clock with 1:25 to go.
Ball stop. Offense,
And
5-yard
another
penalty.
illegal procedure call.
Nice
This one
first
goes
down.
against EP. So it's still first down, but they'll back it up 5 yards.
First down, 15.
You know, those are things that kill drives. Look for them to be conservative here with 1st and 15. They've had 2 turnovers in the game. They've had a few penalties, although I think the Kilties have been a little bit more penalized on offense. But both teams are 0-2, and those are the reasons why. Me and you do these games all the time, and every time it's 1st and 15, you can just count down till they're punting.
Duarte's hand up and right up the middle.
They're going to make me eat my words right there. I know it.
And that's Ethan Vasquez, who carried the ball, fullback, junior fullback, picks up 7 yards.
Yeah, he just does such a good job getting downhill quick. You'll notice sometimes he takes his quarterback for a ride. He's hitting the hole so hard, and Duarte's got to decide whether he's going to give it or not.
2nd down and 8. Rolling out, looking to pass. Duarte looking downfield, slings it, and that's incomplete. Overshooting the intended receiver. Looked like it was Lucas Santa Cruz.
Yeah. Yeah, he really had him too. That's the type of throw right there that's tough for a high school quarterback. He really had to feather it over a linebacker, but if he did, he had a big gain on his hands and just over the hands of Santa Cruz, and they're kicking themselves right now. 47 seconds left in this half.
Here it is again, as you see, almost a sidearm throw, but that overshoots the intended receiver.
Yeah, he had a guy on a corner route and then a guy on a crossing route, Santa Cruz there, and really just kind of overthrew that.
From the 44-yard line, and look at that. It was Vasquez again, this time he grabbed by his shirt. How many times have you seen that, especially like in the NFL where
Earl Campbell.
Yeah, the shirt will rip away and the guy will just keep on going.
It's always those type of runners that keep their legs moving on contact, where that shirt rips right off if you catch him pushing off the turf and you're pulling him the other way, and the seam on that shirt gives.
All right, so timeout called here. Would have thought that would have been East Providence calling the timeout. Hey, just a reminder that stay tuned for our halftime report. We'll have this week's Patriot Roofing Scholar athletes, participating school administrator interviews, and first half national highlights, a whole lot more. Hope you'll stick around for that. But we still have about 30 seconds to go here in the first half as the clock continues to roll, and what could be the last play of the first half on 1st down and 10 now for East Providence. And under center is their quarterback, junior Jacob Duarte. And a handoff right up the middle and into Mount Pleasant territory. And almost first down yardage on that play. And they're going to call a timeout. Certainly stop the clock because, yep, it's a timeout for East Providence here. And they will move the chains, so it's going to be second down and about a yard.
Yeah, 10 seconds left here. So if they do this right, they could get 2 plays out of this. Throw a sideline route for 5 to 10 yards. That'll take up 3 or 4 seconds. You know, most plays take up about 6-7 seconds. But if you really throw a short hitch, you can get him down to the spot where he can reach the end zone here. From here, it'd be probably a 60-yard throw from him if you account for how far back in the backfield it would be. But we can get 5 to 10 yards, he'll be able to throw that thing into the end zone. So I would expect them to run hitches on the outside, see if they can get a sideline throw, and then Hail Mary from there.
All right, both teams now coming out to the line of scrimmage. That ball spotted on the Kilties 49-yard line. East Providence up 16-0, just 10 seconds to go here in the first half.
Unless they play it conservative here, maybe they just run their triple like they do it.
All right, Duarte, quick pass out to the flat, and here we go.
Get out of bounds.
Love it, Shadeen Lovett. Can't get out of bounds, and time will expire here in the first half. So after,
I think they
what do we have?
Been,
they're
going to got it.
They're going to put 2 seconds back on the clock after the 16-yard pickup. So one more play. Not time to head to the refrigerator just yet.
You see Coach walking out on the field, getting the attention of the ref. I think he told them beforehand, I want a timeout right after this play. Oftentimes you can miss it if you don't get the ref's attention, but this is exactly what they wanted. From here, that was such a big gain. They might even be able to throw this ball on a rope, throw a post type of thing or a corner. He doesn't necessarily now have to throw it high and just hope and pray for a reception. See, they throw. Oh,
all right, so just
love it on the
reminder how it all
here.
happened here in both scores by EP in the second quarter. One by Shadeen Lovett, a 30-yard touchdown run, and then a 3-yard run by the quarterback, Jacob Duarte. 2-point conversion on each one of those touchdowns gives us a 16-0 score. That is your Rawlings floor covering scoring summary. First down and 10. 2 seconds to go, first half. Looking to throw. Duarte lets it fly high in the air, and this one grabbed, and
love it again.
Holy mackerel.
You gotta love it.
Yeah, he's dropped right at the 2-yard line, so that will end the first half in what was a very productive first half for East Providence after some early problems by the Townies in their first 2 offensive drives. They fumbled the ball, but they got things worked out. It certainly got the attention of the Townies, and they additional resolve, got out there and put some points on the board. So after 2 quarters of play here, it is 16-0 East Providence. Mount Pleasant down in their own end zone now, figuring out, listen, how are we going to get this thing turned around in the second quarter? All right, let's head down to the field now. Ben DeCastro is standing by with the head coach of the Townies, John Stringfellow. Ben?
Hey, thank you so much, Frank. Coach, it started off a little slow, but if you look at the scoreboard now, 16-0. What's going on with you guys?
Yeah, the defense is playing well. It's given us some pattern that we were able to have confidence with the offense, that we got time to find our rhythm. Jacob's doing a nice job reading it. The fullbacks are hitting the reads and the right tracks, and it's just worked well for us to start.
What are you going to talk to them about at halftime when you go over there with the guys?
The big thing is just to kind of keep the energy up and keep doing what we do, and that's going to stay with the plan.
All right, good luck in the second half, Coach. We'll see you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Frank, we'll send it back up to you.
All right, thank you very much, Ben, and thank you, Coach Stringfellow. The Friday Night Rivals halftime report brought to you by NBC 10 WJAR, coming your way right after this. Welcome back to halftime in Providence at Conley Stadium. East Providence leading Mount Pleasant 16-0. You're watching the Friday Night Rivals halftime report, brought to you by NBC 10 WJAR. As a part of our streaming telecasts of these high school football games, we have nominees for Scholar Athlete. At the end of the school year, we'll be picking one Scholar Athlete and awarding them a $5,000 college scholarship. So let's find out who this week's nominees are. We are proud to present the Patriot Roofing Scholar Athlete of the Week. This week's Scholar Athletes are Jenny Mosca from Mount Pleasant High School and Brian Rakowski Jr. from East Providence High School. Jenny is the captain of the girls cross country team and a partner on the unified basketball team. Brian is a three-sport athlete. He's a member of the soccer, indoor track, and baseball teams. And he's donated over 100 hours of his time as a volunteer coach for a youth baseball team. These Scholar Athletes are now entered to win a $5,000 college scholarship at the end of the fall sports season. Congratulations to Jenny and Brian, our Patriot Roofing Scholar Athletes of the Week.
Welcome back. Welcome back to halftime. I am here with the man, the myth, the legend, ladies and gentlemen, Assistant Principal Rich Norris here at Mount Pleasant. Sir, it's great to have you here on a Friday Night Rivals. This is going to be a fun night.
Well, thank you for having us, me and Malcolm and the entire Kilties Nation, so thank you for coming by.
What's the school energy like? This is your first year with Mount Pleasant. What's it been like being your first year here?
Man, I love the kids, man. It's been a pleasure just getting to know them, getting to know the staff. I feel like the trajectory we're on, it's just going to be a good path to be on, so I really enjoy being here.
What do you think is some of the finer features of your school with the attitude with the kids?
I think it's just interaction with young people. I think oftentimes we don't understand them, we don't take the time to get to know them, but once you really dig it, these kids are amazing, man. Like, I see them in all facets of the school day. I'm at these games, and our staff too, they do a lot of work to make sure we get to know our kids. So we're working on a lot of things at the school.
Malcolm, is this the best daddy in the world? Yeah. And you say go Kilties? Say go Kilties. All right, we'll take it with that. Let's send it back to you up there.
And welcome back. Halftime here. East Providence leading Mount Pleasant 16-0. Let's show you some of the highlights from the first half of play here at Conley Stadium tonight. And East Providence, after some early troubles, gets things going. 30-yard run here by Shadeen Lovett. It produces the first points of the game, made it 6-0. And this is the Kilties.
Yeah, Palmer there takes it to the Kilties. Sputtered on offense, though, with penalties, and East Providence able to take advantage up the middle. And
Jordan High stand there.
Yeah, their offense was working in the second quarter, and Duarte able to take it across the goal line himself on that quarterback sneak. Robertson trying to get it up the sideline, and Perez with a tiptoeing catch on the sideline. He was all over the field in the first half, although the Kilties not able to get in the end zone.
All right, some great highlights from across the country. Let's take a look and see what's going on.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Day to throw. He's going to hurl it deep downfield, and that ball is hauled in. What a catch by Javian Robinson.
Cam Wade with a cut inside the 40. Wade down the sideline. Wade is gone. This one from 57 yards.
To evade the rush, throws it, end zone, jump ball, what a catch! Touchdown, Sam Donovan climbs the ladder and comes down with it.
That was a little bit errant. He's one-on-one, he's got him.
Got him again.
He went up and caught it. What
Great
a catch.
Great catch.
Get a number on that man. Is that 19, that sophomore? Strike up the Fairfield Central Folk Zone to Aquarius Shannon, 6'1", 180, a 10th grader, folks.
Guy, he's a power lifter guy. A lot of their offense, and one block kick deserves another, right? Still loose. Alamo Heights has it, but still not out of bounds. We can get a couple of points here. Another pitch, and they've got room. Miracle on the Mississippi. You got to be kidding. It's Max Bacon.
All right, welcome back to Mount Pleasant and Connolly Field here. I am here with Coach Addison. Coach, the school board and what the reality is, I feel like are two different stories. It feels like, you guys, it feels like everybody was trying to get into the game. Yes, it's 16-0, but you guys are really in this.
Yeah, I mean, I think the second half for us is just a matter of winning our individual battles up front and, just fighting through, playing 4 quarters and, seeing where the chips fall at that point.
All right, good luck in the second quarter. And we're about to kick things off. Hopefully we'll see you at the end of the game with the trophy presentation.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Frank, we'll send it up to you for the second half of this game.
All right, thank you very much, Ben, and thank you, Coach Addison. So we're ready for the second half kickoff. Mount Pleasant won the toss to start the game, and they elected to receive, so they will kick it off here to start the second half. The original chimney sweep kickoff is coming up. Original chimney sweep. You're safe with us. All right. Emmanuel Arku is the kicker. Number 20 for Mount Pleasant. Very productive second quarter for East Providence. Total yards at the half, 169 for EP. Mount Pleasant with 82. And there's a little roller down the middle, reeled in at the 20-yard line, and then up over the 35 to the 40. And to the outside goes Isaac Fox. Fox up over the 50-yard line and down inside Mount Pleasant territory, finally pushed out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. A 35-yard return for number 5, Isaac Fox.
Shifty, speedy Fox, the dangerous run, had the Kilties on their heels, and that sets up East Providence offense in a spot they want to be, over midfield, downhill on this turf. And this is an opportunity for East Providence to really kind of find their identity here, extend this lead. When you're 0-2, all you're really looking for is a little bit of confidence, a little bit of belief, and it could all teeter on this drive right here.
All right, let's see what the Townies cook up here. Jacob Duarte under center, calling signals, man in motion, and He's going to keep it. Then a little pitch goes to Isaac Fox, and that had a little danger written all over it.
Yeah.
Almost threw it past him, but a nice play there by Isaac Fox to reel it in and picks up a few yards on the play.
Yeah, the toss from Duarte to Fox just a little bit behind him. Fox does a great job to secure that and get upfield and pick up 5. But, you know, that is the triple option. You're really putting the ball in harm's way, and you're letting it fly, and you're pitching it while you're getting hit oftentimes, and they expect their guys to be able to do that under pressure.
2nd down and 7. Handoff inside the 40, and then Gang tackled at the 37-yard line, and that'll be short of a first down.
Ethan Vasquez there. He's close. Brings up a 3rd and 1. And this has been the Townie offense ever since the second quarter started. They've been able to put drives together, 4 or 5 yards a clip. In fact, you know, we did the math. They're averaging 7 yards a carry on the game compared to the Kilties 2.8. So that'll be the difference in a football game every time.
3rd down and 1. And the handoff right up the middle, good enough for the first down and more. Is slipping down after the 30-yard line is Ethan Vasquez.
And Ethan Vasquez, one of the main reasons why they are averaging 7 yards a carry here, a guy that took Junior Clark's spot at fullback, a mainstay runner for the Townies for years past, and he's picking up where he left off and showing that he can be that guy that takes a bruising on the inside.
All right, first down and going nowhere, and dropped for a loss of a couple of yards on the play is Jacob Duarte.
Gatto Palmer's able to interfere with that option offense, and that's one of the strategies on defense to kind of disrupt this thing as you go at the quarterback while he's still in his ride fake, because they're not going to block that defensive end. You are left on an island of your own, and their philosophy is whatever you do, we'll send it the opposite way. But if you attack that quarterback early, sometimes you can disrupt the timing of it.
2nd down and 12. Man in motion, and we have whistles, and this is blown dead and likely a penalty against East Providence, and that'll back it up 5 more yards.
5-yard penalty. Remain 2nd down.
You know, as much as the Kilties were penalized in the first half, Townies have picked that up in the second quarter and the third here. Starting a lot of drives backed up.
Second down and long, ball on the 35-yard line. Underway here in the third quarter, 16-0, East Providence leading Mount Pleasant. And a quarterback keeper down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line goes the quarterback, Jacob Duarte. Did you have, in the course of your high school career, a favorite offense? I mean, you've seen it all, certainly, you know, between the pros, college, and high school.
Well, if I had it my way, we would have run the spread at Hendricken. But to be honest, we were running, and with a lot of Stringfellow influence. His father, Bill Stringfellow, was my coach at Hendricken, and we ran the triple, and we ran it successfully, and we won 3 Super Bowls while I was there, running the triple option almost exclusively.
Handoff now, and looking for room to move. I believe that was Lovett.
Coach talked about, you know, he's been there 5 years, John Stringfellow, and March 5th is William Stringfellow Day at East Providence. He was teaching there, coaching at Hendricken. The athletic director walked in on March 5th and asked him if he wanted to be the head football coach at East Providence, and he thought it a sign that he should probably take the job. His father kind of looking down, so that was a pretty cool story, and I didn't know that till I talked to Coach last night.
Well, certainly a famous family, football family from East Providence. And oh boy, threading the needle on that play. What a pass and what a catch on that play by Shadeen Lovett. Wow.
Duarte rocketed that on the run through 2 defenders. Not sure how he even got it through. You see here a little bit of play action, rolling to his right, the right-handed quarterback fading away.
Wow.
Fits it in between 2 Kilties, and that'll bring them to the 5-yard line, or the 10-yard line, 1st and goal from the 10.
In the Euclid Financial Services red zone, 15-yard pickup on that play. And driving again are the Townies, looking to score once again. Handoff goes to Vasquez. Vasquez down inside the 5.
2nd and goal. Vasquez continuing to hit that hole. He's a heavy payload. It's tough to get in front of him. And the Kilties really have had no answer for that. Like I said, the answers that they do have, we don't get to see because oftentimes Duarte is pulling that ball out of his stomach and taking it himself.
All right, 2nd and goal now for the Townies on the 5-yard line. Ball on the right hash mark. Duarte, handoff up the middle and into the end zone for another 6 points for East Providence. A Prime Heating and Cooling touchdown.
Made it look easy there with Vasquez walking into the goal line with a crowd of friends around him, escorting him in. And the Kilties, like I said, have had no answer for that. The only way to beat the option is to control the line of scrimmage, almost push them into their own backfield so they've got to run around. But when you've got this downhill running happening, it gets very tough and it can be a long day.
Well, as they have done with their first 2 touchdowns, they're going to go for 2 here to make it 24-0. Duarte fumbles the snap, and that will be that. So no points this time around. 22-0 with 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Another look here at the touchdown. Right up the middle goes Ethan Vasquez. 5-yard touchdown run. 22-0 now. EP leading Mount Pleasant.
And you can see the up front 5 of East Providence escorting him into the end zone there. That's what you teach these linemen is when there's no one there, continue on to the next level. And they do a great job there pushing through all the way past the goal line. There's a close-up of Vasquez really running hard for his team. That's not an easy position to play 4 quarters of, that fullback position and the triple option. You're gonna go home with bruises on those arms. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna be beaten down. But he's doing a good job beating down the Kilties right now.
All right, Mount Pleasant now will try and get things going as EP going to kick this one off. Justin Jardine from the 40-yard line rolls it down to the 30 and to the 20, and out of bounds. But was that touched by a Mount Pleasant player?
I'm not sure, but very nonchalantly played there by Thomas West.
We have a free kick infraction.
Made it a half a yard out.
25 yards from the previous block, going on to the 35-yard line.
Second time that's happened to EP here in this quarter. They'll spot the ball on the 35-yard line.
If you're looking for positives for Mount Pleasant, we're 6 minutes left in the 3rd. They run the spread offense. They've got a quarterback with a good arm, 4 wide receivers in the game. If any offense can put together some scores quickly in a quarter and a half, down 22, it'd be the spread offense.
Robertson, quick little pass, trying to find some room. And down for a first down. Good start to this offensive drive for the Kilties as they move the chains after the pass to Jose Perez, a 15-yard pickup.
Absolutely. They love to throw those quick screens to Perez, although they've thrown some delayed screens earlier. That one, he gets it right out to him. And I think that's a good strategy for the Kilties here is get Perez the ball in space. As you can see him there, he makes some moves, gets to the sideline, got good speed, toughness at the end of the run.
First down again, another quick pass, but this one dropped by Emmanuel Arku.
Yeah, Manny Arku needs to make that play. Drops can be a drive killer in these open type offenses. Arku, a hard-nosed guy, quiet, has waited his turn, finally out there in the starting lineup. Just need to make plays like that and spur your offense on, especially when you're down in 22 points, middle of the third quarter.
Ball right at midfield, 2nd down and 10 now. Been exclusively passes in this offensive drive, and back to pass again and let go, and we've got a penalty flag come flying from the defensive backfield after that pass was reeled in successfully by Jose Perez. Let's see what the call is here. Tim Conway, our referee, coming over.
3rd and 10, 2nd and 20. Yeah, we got holding.
Holding against Mount Pleasant, so they'll back this one up. So it's unfortunate. Penalties have been a problem for the Kilties here tonight.
Yeah.
It's like, 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Absolutely. They have definitely been highly penalized. The good thing there is we've seen the young quarterback Robertson show some signs of really understanding how to get rid of that ball on time. On the opposite side, East Providence, one of their focuses in this game was to really challenge those short passes, as we see Bento make another good play. Even though he let the hitch get in there, he hit him right away, minimizing the pickup there. And with the penalty, that'll bring up a 2nd and very long.
2nd and 20. Stepped off 10 yards on that penalty. The players wide to the left and right. Another in the slot, and here we and looks like it's maybe offside on EP. Yeah, they're going to march off 5 yards. So now 2nd down and 15. That's one way to.
2nd down.
2nd down, 15.
Well, that's Lovett there, offsides. He's had a number of big plays in this game, but right there, kind of giving 5 yards back to Mount Pleasant.
So the Rawlings floor coverings scoring drive. At last score, a 5-yard touchdown run by Ethan Vasquez made it 22-0. The 2-point conversion failed, and that's where we stand now, 22-0, 4:42 to go. 3rd quarter, EP leading Mount Pleasant. And looks like they stepped offside again, so hey, another 5 yards.
Yeah.
And nobody got hurt.
Pretty savvy play by Robertson. He's done that 3 times in this game. When you find yourself down in the count, one thing a quarterback can do is just try to use his cadence, draw the defense off sides, and try to get some free yards back. And that's the 3rd time he's done that today, and exactly the right time for his offense. So, smart kid.
Now 2nd down and 10. Back to pass, Robertson over the middle and intercepted. So EP stops the drive. There's number 15 reeling that in, Elijah Bento.
It's probably the 4th or 5th time we've called Bento's name. They're finally coming up with a pick. He had a couple chances earlier in this game. He's been all over the field. A guy that they're not afraid to line up on their wideout. As we see the replay here, Robertson takes a hitch step, throws it, tries to get the seam route in there, but Bento's having none of it, and that's a great play. Like I've said, he does a real good knack for going up high and catching that ball purely with his hands.
All right, here come the Townies now. 1st down and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Jacob Duarte, little pitch out to the left, goes Lovett, and a penalty flag. More than likely a holding call. Yep, holding call that's going to go against EP, so they'll bring that back and march off 10 yards. And it's going to be 1st down and long now for the Townies.
Basu on the tackle there. Lovett really
Holding.
giving up his body.
Offense.
Just a reminder, we've got another Friday Night Rivals game coming your way next week. It's the big one. It's the one that I know you have circled on your calendar. The one between Henrican and LaSalle. Will be at Bishop Henrican and Warwick for that one.
Always a great game, usually a close game, and Been able to see a couple Super Bowls with the two of them of years past, couple years back. You know, they kept meeting them each other. Dean Vericchione losing to them his junior year, able to for LaSalle, a transfer from Hendricken actually, and then able to win it his senior year against Hendricken, getting the better of the Hawks.
It's a good one. We'll have it for you next week. And now the handoff goes to Lovett, and he spins his way and looks like maybe picks up a yard or two. Yeah, that's usually the biggest crowd of the year, that one, at Bishop Hendricken this year. In fact, this is our third year of doing Friday Night Rivals, and we always have that game on the schedule. And we've been to Hendricken, we've been to LaSalle, and one thing that's consistent is people show up to see that game.
Absolutely. It's a crowd. Coach Keith Croft over there does a great job. Their offensive coordinator, Frank Pantaleo, I've got a chance to kind of study what he's trying to do offensively. We think a lot alike, and they've really had a consistent offensive system where they can kind of bring these young kids up and through. The JV coaches know what to teach, you know, to lead them up into the varsity level and create continuity in that way.
All right, let's time out here by East Providence, and let's take a time out to hear about one of our great sponsors.
Ocean State Credit Union's Friday Night Rivals, local high school football every Friday night. Closed captioning sponsored by Carty's Furniture and Mattresses, the brand you trust since 1928, offering Nairobi's same-day mattress and upholstery eye delivery 7 days a week.
Welcome back to Conley Stadium. Frank Carpano along with Kyle Rowley. Happy to be with you here tonight for another Friday Night Rivals game. The East Providence Townies 0-2 coming into this game. Meanwhile, the Mount Pleasant Kilties also 0-2. This is a Division II game in the Rhode Island Interscholastic League. And second and long now, 2nd and 20 for East Providence. Handoff, trying to spin and grab some room there is Lovett, but he goes down. And hustling back to the sideline to get the play from the head coach is the quarterback, Jacob Duarte. Just a junior, so Duarte, who I believe we had him last year, so this is his second year as far as I can remember as the starting quarterback for EP, and he'll have another year after this. So nothing better that coaches like than to have a consistent quarterback for as many years as possible.
Absolutely. It's tough. It's tough to do because, you know, really in high school, these guys only mature sometimes by their junior year. So at the most, you get 2 years at them. So it's nice to have that consistency as you see them throw it out there to Lovett. They really are mixing Lovett in heavy doses. I almost think that Coach Stringfellow pulled the old switcheroo on us because he just barely mentioned Lovett to me at the end of our conversation, said, oh, by the way, you might see this kid Lovett. He's from Central Falls, and he used to play quarterback over there. I said, okay, I'll write that down. And it's like he's all over the place. He's giving the ball every play.
So it looks like we're going to punt this one away. And Justin Jardine is the punter, back at his own 14-yard line. And he gets his foot into that one, and that one will bounce at the 43-yard line, takes an EP bounce, and that one will roll almost out of bounds at the 32, and that's where Mount Pleasant will take over here.
Punt is down on the 32-yard line.
They try to keep the mistakes now to a minimum. The last offensive drive was snuffed out by an interception.
Yeah, they really have no choice here but to kind of open up the offense and put it in the air just based on time and the score here. But it's tough to do that with the sophomore quarterback, a guy that really is in his first year of playing tackle football. But we'll see what they do here, maybe a little bit more balanced of a mix.
First down and 10. Robertson, little handoff, and not fooling anybody, and big loss on the play, as great defense there by the Townies. Hey, just a reminder that during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the South Shore Village player of the game. I should say accurately, Kyle will be selecting.
All right.
I don't mean to put a lot of pressure on you, but we do that every week, and you come through with flying colors.
A lot of times I feel like I just look at the screen and there's something.
And it appears.
It appears to me.
See, what happens is telepathically.
Right.
You know, you go right through the screen to our production truck, and they find out and what you're thinking.
It all depends on the ebb and the flow and where the commercial breaks are and all that.
Right. Second down and 14. Man in motion. Handoff now. And again, you know, we've mentioned it a few times, as good as the East Providence offense has been from the second quarter on, their defense has been consistently good through the entire game.
Yeah, absolutely, and helped out by a little bit of penalties for the Kilties. But you can see right here, there's a different feel to the defense now. Now that their offense has put some things together, they're playing with a little more fervor on defense, and that's kind of how football goes. It kind of everything builds on each other, especially when you have guys playing both ways out there. A lot of these players on defense are their offensive stars, so they're feeling some confidence. And even though they're 0-2, they know they've got this game well in hand.
And the whistle blows to bring the third quarter to an end. One more quarter to go in East Providence, a 22-0 lead on Mount Pleasant. We'll have more of Ocean State Credit Union's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Eric George DMD and Associates. We're back after this. And welcome back to Conley Stadium. East Providence leading Mount Pleasant as we get ready to start the fourth quarter of play. And Mount Pleasant with the ball. Back to pass. Robertson, the quarterback, eludes the rush, lets it go, complete at the 38-yard line, but dropped just as he caught it was number 10, Armani Mercedes.
First time I've seen Jordan Robertson kind of escape the pocket fully. Good job keeping his eyes downfield that time as he gets it out to the flats.
Another fourth down play here. 4th down and 5 for Mount Pleasant, just trying to get something going here.
There's no question you got to go for it here. Trips to the bottom.
Back to pass, Robertson looking to get free, and then is tripped up and dropped. And East Providence will take over on downs inside of Mount Pleasant territory at the 34-yard line.
Looked like he was looking for one of his wideouts to run a short route. Everyone kind of left the screen and went deep. I don't know if there was a miscommunication there, but based on his body language, it feels like there should have been someone in the flats.
Well, we talk about protection and the fact that there are 3 freshmen on the offensive line there.
Yeah.
Didn't have a whole lot of time to look downfield and find a receiver.
It's certainly been spotty. The pocket definitely hasn't been consistent. There have been times where he has time and then other times where everything's just collapsing around him. He's not really the type of guy to scramble around either. Kind of heavy set quarterback, pocket style type looking guy.
EP now with the ball. And that ball run down, pickup of about 9 yards on the play. It was number 11, Lucas Santa Cruz. And the numbers through 3 periods now, as do we have a penalty flag down? Wait and see what this call is after pickup of about 9 yards on the play. And looks like we're going to step this off against East Providence.
Personal foul against East Providence. 15-yard penalty.
They will march this one
foul. Remains first down.
all the way back to the 40-yard line after the personal foul on EP. Started to talk about stats through 3 quarters here. Total yards for East Providence, 222, 89 yards for Mount Pleasant.
And a lot of that could just be attempts. You know, you have these sustained drives, you have more attempts, but also, I mean, they are just running the ball at a great clip here as we see Duarte pulled the ball from everyone thought Vasquez had it, and he goes around the right side himself. I feel like it took the Kilties a moment to understand that the quarterback still had the ball, and that's how you run the triple. Oftentimes you ride your fullback all the way into the line of scrimmage, and you fool that second tier of the Mount Pleasant defense.
20-yard pickup on the play, another first down, and into the Euclid Financial Services red zone. Had me fooled there for a second, and that's one of the benefits of that offense that they run. Sometimes it's very
It's tough
confusing.
to see. It's tough to see past that first line. The linebackers really have to kind of have a feel. You can't assume anything.
There's handoff and loose ball, and still loose.
So they blew it dead, so, you know, I think this will remain East Providence ball.
Recovered by the Townies.
They're going to talk it over, though. Some sort of penalty.
Interference whistle. Replay the down.
The sideline, and the officials now discussing. Take a look at this again.
Yeah, it's sort of a misdirection there, and he gets clipped by his own guy. That's why the ball's on the ground. And that's their counter, reverse. They have had success with that today, but you know, a lot of this misdirection stuff and a lot of these option tosses and pulling the ball out and having different, different looks can lead to some ball control issues on offense. And obviously, they've had some today. We thought they were over them, but that's the 3rd time they put the ball on the turf. This time, luckily, they get it back themselves.
Duarte under center from the 15-yard line. 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff. Lets it fly in the end zone and intercepted. Intercepted by number 4, Thomas West.
West did a great job there. He was out of the play and got back into it late. This is why I'd love to see Duarte step into these throws and kind of drive it over the top. He's leaning away. He definitely had his receiver wide open in the end zone, but West able to get back in the play.
Here it is again. Duarte faking the handoff into the end zone, and
the ball just kind of floated on him, and that's a result of not getting, into the hallway, they say, and really stepping into that throw like a baseball pitcher.
All right, that should pump a little confidence into this Mount Pleasant team. Let's see if they can get something going here with 9:21 to go in the game. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. There's the handoff, goes to West. West, who, and a penalty flag flies from the defensive backfield. And we'll see what Tim Conway is going to call holding against Mount Pleasant. Oh, those penalties are killers.
You know, you can get away with a certain amount of holding inside. And apparently when you're a freshman, you don't know how much for that holding it is.
Well, I remember asking a member of the Patriots offensive line.
10 yards
I
from the
said,
previous
how
spot,
often
remains
do you
first
hold?
down.
Just every play. Every play. It's just, you try and do it and not get caught.
Absolutely.
That was Joanne Druzzi.
There's a good story. It's very similar. Bill Parcells said on 3rd down, "Why'd you hold on that play?" He goes, "Coach, I hold on every play."
That's
it.
it.
Okay, I didn't know. But yeah, you have to keep it inside near the chest area. When your quarterback leaves the pocket, you can't get caught extending your arms out, and they're learning that lesson now.
All right, first down and long now after the holding penalty against the Kilties. And the handoff there, not going anywhere. They're going to do some more negative yardage here as the down marker goes farther back and closer to the goal line.
I've never seen so many first and second and plus 20,
yeah.
20 pluses. You know, East Providence defense already playing with confidence, never mind these penalties. It's like the longest second down I've ever seen. What do we got on the screen?
We're going to call it 25. Yeah, that's might be generous.
You know, they are struggling on offense to begin with. See if they can dial up, get half of it, get a third of it right here.
Oof.
No.
Oh no, look out. Away from the goal line.
Got Palmer there, makes a couple nifty moves, but you know, when you've got 25 yards to go, it's not going to affect East Providence defense. They're going to be able to sit back with their DBs and attack upward. Ref spots it on about the 6-yard line.
All right, third down. The Kilties with their backs up against the goal line here. The ball spotted on the 6-yard line.
And I was going to say, I'd love to see them split West out and try to give him a screen. Look for them to try to get him on sort of a jailbreak inside screen coming from the wide out top of your screen all the way in. There you go.
Oh, and then the pass dropped. And it's going to be fourth down.
Did I call that one or what?
You did. Thomas West was the receiver on that play, but I tell you what, even if he caught it, there was a defender right on him.
Yeah.
And maybe he heard the footsteps is what forced him to drop that ball.
He's one of the fastest guys out there. He's explosive. He's got shakes. So, you know, if you ever had a chance to pick up 20, 25 yards, it'd be getting him the ball in space, let him do what he does, do what he do. This is a precarious situation in high school to have your punter in the back end, you know, the back half of your end zone. I would expect East Providence to come with everything they got, but they don't. They don't rush.
Perez has time, lets it go, end over end, and reeled in at the 35-yard line. And pushed out of bounds at the 32 is Lucas Santa Cruz.
I think that was, I had 5. What'd you have?
Fox with the return.
Yeah, Isaac Fox there.
Oh, Isaac Fox, okay.
That was a good job being aggressive, coming up and getting a short punt, you know, kind of
have an injured player down on the field.
Yeah, in the end zone. Is that Perez off the punt?
We have an injury timeout.
All right, we're going to take a little break here with 5:27 to go in the game. We'll be back after this. All right, Jose Perez walking off under his own power. I don't know if it was a cramp that put him down, but he is headed off as we take another look here from the end zone.
Their skilled player, Perez, also their punter. East Providence doesn't rush him. Looks like, just maybe cramp or he came down wrong on it. I don't know. That doesn't look like cramp to me. He might have just kind of rolled over on it.
So the ball spotted on the 31.
This is where East Providence wants to learn to put games away. Stomp on the throat, if you will.
Handoff on first down. And pickup of a few yards.
Yeah, 3 or 4 there. Vasquez doing a good job keeping those feet moving. It's really nice to watch. It's just like his legs just keep turning no matter what's happening in front of him. He keeps them going. He's, like you said, he's got that low center of gravity, the perfect body type to be that inside option on the triple option that East Providence is employing here. And Duarte taking his time. I think he has a sense for the moment here. Really just wants to bleed as much clock as he can from here on out.
Duarte, little pitch off to the left and getting knocked back, and then going forward is none other than number 11, Lucas Santa Cruz.
Fighting for every inch of that 1 to 2 yard gain. And Duarte fooled me again. I thought he handed that off, and he's scampering outside, tossing it. So good job. And that's one of the great things. That's one of the beauties of watching the triple, and they get so in tune and so in sync with each other that's the whole point. The defense does not know where the ball is, where it's going to go.
Third down and 4. And now the pitch to the right-hand side and inside to the 20, the 10, the 5, and touchdown. EP putting more points on the board, another 6 after the run by Isaac Fox.
That's set up nicely right there. You know, they don't go to it a lot. They run a lot of that triple, and then all of a sudden you get them on that sweep, that conventional toss, and you could see right from the beginning he was going to have a lot of grass, a lot of green room in front of him, and he turns it into 6.
So, as they have through, well, let's see, are they going to kick it this time? I think they might kick it. Justin Jardine will kick it. Shadeen Lovett will hold it. Let's see if we can get another point on the board here. Snap, ball down, the kick is up, and it is good. So 29-0 now with 3:49 to go as East Providence increases their lead and are assured they're headed to their first win of the season. So here is another look at that touchdown. Little pitch.
Motion, toss, gets the edge, and some good blocking downfield by the wide receiving core. And it's just a foot race from there on out.
Well, East Providence record will go to 1-2. All right, tell you what, let's talk about the play of the game. And I think that our winner is Shadeen Lovitz, who had that 30-yard run to open the scoring in the second quarter. Here we go again.
Yeah, Duarte gave it to him on that reverse off the triple option, caught Mount Pleasant sleeping there, and you can see the trickery in the backfield. Lovett takes advantage. This is the first 6 points of the game, and he would top it off with the extra point there, making it 8-0 and setting the tone for this thing after a little bit of a spotty first quarter.
That's our Ocean State Credit Union play of the game. And we have whistles on the resulting kickoff after the touchdown. Our original chimney sweep kickoff. So, as we were saying, 1-2 for East Providence as they pick up their first win of the season. Next week they are headed to Coventry High School for a 6 o'clock game. Actually, that'll be in East Providence against the Okers. As for Mount Pleasant, they fall to 0-3. Next week, they are on the road at Middletown. 6 o'clock game next Friday night.
It's a tough spot to be in, 0-3. You start the season like this, football's already a tough sport to play. Even when you're winning, your bumps and bruise, you got to be out there in the cold. It doesn't look like that ball went far enough for him to touch it about 8 yards. So looks like that'll set up to be Kilties' ball, as the ref agrees with me.
Trying a little onside there, just working on some stuff here as the win pretty much assured, 29-0. But you know, it's Mount Pleasant has a small roster, 29 kids.
Yeah.
9 of them are freshmen. And while we wait for the Kilties to come out, let's talk about the player of the game, and it's a familiar name. We just mentioned him, Shadeen Lovett.
Hey.
He gets player of the game honors, Ocean State Credit Union. Actually, South Shore Village player of the game.
Shadeen Lovett right here. This is one of the best plays that we had all day. Just refuses to go down. You kind of see his heart and why they have tried to give him the ball as much as humanly possible in this game. This one almost amounted to 6 before half as he goes up over 3 Kilty defenders and pulls down a Hail Mary. Again, this is Duarte splitting 2 defenders, throws into double coverage, and yet Lovett still comes up with that ball. That actually the great throw by Duarte. And here, back to that first run where he gives his team a 6-0, then an 8-0 lead. There's the 2-point conversion. Nice route in the flats, drifts. His quarterback puts it up for him. He's got that college receiver type of body. You can see him. He's a long guy, and he's really kind of showed his stuff today. Coach did not give me enough of a heads up of how involved in the offense he would be, Coach Stringfellow. I feel like maybe you don't trust me enough. Something's going on there.
Nah, he just forgot. He just forgot.
He said it, you might want to look out for this guy, too.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Well, something that's plagued Mount Pleasant here just happened again. Another penalty. False start against the Kilties. Backing that ball up. And how many times have we seen it?
It's a lot harder sport when it's 1st and 20, I'd venture to say. But that's what we're looking at. They've got 1st and 15 on screen. Looks more like 1st and 20 to me.
Yeah. Ball back in Mount Pleasant territory on the 47-yard line. They need to get to the EP 33 for a first down, with 3:33 to go in the game. And the handoff on first down, and tripped up right after getting that ball was Gatto Palmer.
You can see when they did a little close-up of the O-line there, you can see some miscommunication going on, some confusion up front, and those are all the little things that lead to penalties and just missed assignments, broken down pockets. It's not easy to learn on the fly here. It makes it even harder on your quarterback to get in a rhythm, and I think that's what we're seeing here with the Kilties. Just a lot of youth and not a ton of size up front either.
Second down and long. Robertson up, and we got penalty flags flying again.
Yeah.
Right to the snap. False start.
I found even in the professional ranks and in college, it's tough to use your snap count and have all 11 guys stay on side. Sometimes as a quarterback, you forget what you call in the huddle. You can even jump. So there's 11 guys that have to be on the same page with a snap count that you're not often using. So you need to use that in practice a good amount to get guys used to that and have them make those mistakes in the summer and during the week. But he has had some success with it. There, it shoots him in the foot, and we've got 2nd and, I would say, 25.
All right, the handoff. Palmer, nice run into East Providence territory and down to about the 40-yard line, and that eats up a lot of yardage, still short of a first down, however.
Gatto Palmer slicing through the East Providence defense, bringing up a manageable 3rd and long here. You see him hitting the hole. He's able to bounce the outside, then another cut inside, and really just falling forward, dragging some guys with him the end to give him another 3 or 4 yards. And that'll bring up 3rd and 9 here. It's doable. Robertson back to pass.
And dragged down. Negative yardage once again for the Kilties.
I feel like Jordan Highstand has had a real sense of the moment. Every time the Kilties need something, number 8 has been there in the backfield disrupting what they're trying to do. So let's give him his props. A little bit of Lovett back there as well, and that's how you finish a play and finish a game, really.
All right, coming up on the final minute.
Kilties really taking their time here. I think they have a sense that 29 points is insurmountable in 59 seconds.
Nice pass, and this one complete to West.
Look at him.
West trying to break away and brought down, and that is going to do it.
Thomas West is fun to watch, though. He has 2 spin moves at the end. Although his team's out of it, he's still kind of shaking, making people miss.
Yeah, you're just trying to build on next week, You want to stay positive. And
you have to. You really, really have to. And that's what I was trying to say, a couple minutes ago is you have to fight to the end of these games, because if you let that quit creep in and people sense that and you're an important part of the team, the locker room can just take a dive, a nosedive. And like I said, it's already a tough sport to play. It's not a lot of fun being bruised up and banged up for 10, 12, 13 weeks and in the cold and in the rain. So, you know, you have to really always have that light at the end of the tunnel and be fighting for something. And if it's not a championship, it needs to be, you know, maybe a winning season or something like that.
Well, congratulations to East Providence. The Townies winning tonight 29-0, their first win of the season. And when we come back, Ben DeCastro will be with the winning team and have a trophy presentation when we come back with more of Friday Night Rivals.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 6, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One. All right, I am here with the winners of tonight, 29-0, a shutout here. East Providence Townies coach This is the first victory of the season. Congratulations. What does this mean to the team?
I think it's a good kickstart for us to kind of move on through the rest of the season. Hopefully we take care of Coventry next week during our military appreciation game and get the rolling off and hopefully win the playoffs.
What do you have to worry about, or what are you going to be focused on over the next week as you prepare for Coventry?
Minimizing the mistakes that we made and keeping those penalties. We have to have 4 yards, keep our offense moving, and just minimize those mistakes and keep the defense flying the way we did tonight.
All right. Sorry for dropping it. Here you go. The Champions Trophy. Congratulations. It's all yours. Frank, we'll send it back to you.